Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm 𝗖𝗵𝗹𝗶𝗀𝗀, your host with the most. Today on the Frequency of Abundance group, I am so blessed, and we are in such a wonderful place. We're going to be talking to you about some very cool things. If you don't know where we're coming from, the Frequency of Abundance, for us, we, every single day of the week, Mondays through Sundays, have something to talk about. Captivating talks ranging the spectrum from mindset all the way to business acumen and tactics and fun strategies and things we can all do. So, in that context, we ask that it's interactive. If you want to pop in, share some love, click, like, comment, interact with us and have some fun, I would love to see that happen. I was blessed enough to be in a breakout room the other day over at a networking event and met somebody who said that she watches the show every day and starts her day like that. I'm like, what a blessing. So knowing that sometimes not everybody that you touch is known. Not everybody that watches you, you know about. Not everybody that you influence is obvious. That's a beautiful spark. And that's part of the magic in the background that keeps it going. So, keeping that magic alive. Now, I want to put some content in the chat here for you. And this way, if you want to reach out, you can. Let me take a minute real quick and let you know. So for us, 𝗖𝗄𝗏 Creative Agency that I founded is the one that proudly presents these Frequency of Abundance group daily talks. You can join us on our free group. It's over on LinkedIn. The link's over there. You can go and click on it. You can also go to LinkedIn and just search the Frequency of Abundance and click group. We're there. That's the only one. So knowing that we're there, knowing that we can help you out, knowing that you have access to all these incredible talks, there is also a paid community. It's tens of dollars a month. It's no big deal, but it'll give you the ability to connect with others, network, to go and get some group coaching, some classes, to go past these common hurdles and obstacles because of the support that the community builds. The tide raises all boats. So we want to make sure that you have access to that and that anyone that can help you is there for you. So reach out to me if any of this works for you on your level. Now, I'm going to give you a 30-second background on me before we get started on today's party because I think it's going to be quite important. We're talking today specifically about overcoming challenges. This is Triumphant Tuesday, and we're overcoming challenges. So these are going to be lessons from elite athletes. Now, in that context, where are these athletes coming from? How am I able to give you stories about elite athletes? Where's that from? That's the story of the background. So for me, I've been an elite energy coach for about 30 years. I started back with Olympians, Cirque du Soleil acrobats, artists, national sports teams from around the world, wrote a couple best-selling books on energy management, and had about 15,000 people come through my hands, all of which were peak performers, both in sports and in business. And that was what I did in another life before COVID hit. And then I took my coaching hat off for a minute and put on my agency hat. And in 2020, we started going into a different direction because when I came online, I hated it. I felt dumb. I couldn't figure out the marketing. I couldn't figure out the tech. I felt slow. And I felt that this isn't right. Others shouldn't have to do this either. So 𝗖𝗄𝗏 Creative Agency is for those coaches, healers, therapists, financial advisors, subject matter experts, even the other marketing agencies that want to white label and co-brand. It's for them to blow a dog whistle to their target audience, especially if they're hunting whales, C-suite, executives, leaders, founders, owners. That's what we bring to the party. We put on one-of-a-kind executive exclusive events where it's invitation only for a handful, maximum 2 handfuls of people. And they are there and they're heard and they feel heard. And because of that, they now want to listen to you. And the reciprocal way that you can get the highest level people to book a one-on-one out of their own free will because they're interested in what you have to say, that's why you want to come to one of our Leadership Roundtable series. Tequila and Tech Talk, financial fireside chats, health, wealth, prosperity forums, you name it. And we're here to organize those for the people that want to have their light shined a little brighter. If that's you, reach out to me. We can help. For today, I'm so excited about this topic. My goodness. While I was playing with those 15,000 peak performers, there's a couple lessons I picked up along the way, a couple similarities, a couple areas that really overlapped. So I want to share some of those today with you. I want to see how many ways this can help in our context, how the tide raises all boats. I want to see how this tide that you may not know about, maybe you don't identify yourself as a peak performer. I'm Canadian, so the equivalent of all state by the time I was 15. At 16, I was ranked number 2 in Alberta for power tumbling. So I come from that athletic background myself, but at the same time, that's just, provincial level. It's not quite Olympic and Cirque du Soleil level. So those are the people that I play with. That's just what I needed as a minimum entrance requirement to even get into the party. Now, being able to talk to them as a performer, as an athlete, that did help, because there's common feelings, there's common language, there's common things. So I'm not even as concerned about the sport. In those 30 years I've worked with, even in Canada we have Athletes Can, which is every Olympic sport in Canada. And so, in another life, about 25 years ago, I worked with 24 different sports. Everything from karate to snowboarding to gymnastics and tennis and everything else and you can believe in between. So when I'm going to give you some sports analogies right now, when I'm going to give you some examples, even some famous people and what they're famous saying, this is coming from the heart. This is not a pompous place for me to blow up in big ego and I'm awesome sauce. This has nothing to do with me. These are people so far above and beyond the head and shoulders that we stand on, and we stand on the shoulders of giants. These people are above and beyond that. So what they share resonates with me because it can ripple down and reflect on all of us. Let's begin. You guys remember the famous one. You got Michael Jordan getting cut from high school basketball team, right? Using that setback, he fuels his drive to become one of the greatest athletes of all time. So challenges don't define us. It's how we respond to them that creates greatness. Today, we're going to uncover some strategies that elite athletes use to turn the setbacks into stepping stones and how you can apply them in your own life. Now, step 1 is going to be very critical. It's the base, it's the foundation. So this is the power of a winning mindset. Number 1, visualize success. You're looking like people like athletes like Simone Biles, Tom Brady. They use visualization. They use it at a high level to mentally rehearse their performance before stepping onto the field. And they will not let it go until they record it perfectly and correctly in their mind. They don't just watch passively eating popcorn on the couch in their mind. Well, yeah, I guess that's what happened. No, they're actively dictating the picture, directing it, and making sure that the outcome of the video in their mind is exactly what they want as their performance, thus setting a DNA blueprint of instructions that your body, the physical, will now, guess we'll just do that. Pretty easy to follow when you do it that way. So today's talk is going to be full of action items. The action items are for you if you want personal help, personal healing, personal growth and movement. The action items are for anyone that you work with. If you're a coach, a healer, a therapist, if you're someone who's looking to get into more, this is a place. This is the place where now you go, okay, that's for me, that's for them. Ooh, this is for both. Because there's no reason you can't enjoy. So, actionable nugget, visualizing success. Spend 5 minutes each morning visualizing yourself successfully completing a challenging task, whatever challenging is to you. Imagine the sights, the sounds, the smells, the feelings. Really connect to it on a visceral level. Be as close to there as you can. 5 minutes each morning visualizing yourself successfully completing a challenging task. All right, next. Let's embrace failure as feedback. We've talked about this before, and it's so critical because you realize that, you will fail more times than you'll succeed, and that's okay. That's training, that's practice, that's growth, that's A-okay. That's par for the course. So going into that, embrace failure as feedback. Serena Williams, she's often spoken about learning more from her losses than from her wins, and that's across the board for most. Actionable nuggets. Let's reframe failure. Let's ask, what lessons does this teach me? So we can start journaling, writing down, putting your failures, and listing one growth takeaway that you can take from each one. Because if it's just going to be there as a failure, you haven't dug deep into it enough. Look for the lesson in it. And lastly, under this topic where we're looking at the power of winning mindset, so we talked about visualizing success, spending 5 minutes each morning. We talked about embracing failure as a feedback and refraining it. But what lessons does this teach me? And now let's set micro goals. So elite athletes, they're really good at breaking these big goals. I want to win the Olympics into smaller, actionable steps, right? Like I need to get on the Olympic team. I need to qualify. I need to go to Worlds. I need to go to trials, on and on. So the smaller, actionable steps, let's say an actionable nugget would be writing down a lofty goal and then breaking it down into daily or even weekly objectives to keep the momentum going. So then know that, let's say you're a coach. Let's say that this year you wanted to explode. You wanted to do bigger and better than you've ever done before. Willing to try cool new things. Okay, we start working together. Allura Creative Agency says, you know what, first thing we're going to need to do, we're going to start putting on these crazy events that you're not used to doing. Neat. Then we're going to make this community for you, which you're not used to posting to every day. Neat. Then we're going to put on these incredible, oh my God, whoa. It can overwhelm. That's why you have to break it down into daily and weekly objectives. So that even your success, as awesome as it is and as personal as it is, can still overwhelm you and take you away from that feeling of woohoo. And you want the feeling of woohoo as much, as long as you can. That's the stuff that keeps you going. So set micro goals. Break it up. Ask, what lessons does this teach me? And spend 5 minutes visualizing. Now, let's move on. Let's look at mastering resilience. So, if you can control the controllables, gymnast Kerri Strug famously overcame pain with a very, very damaged foot to land a vault in the 1996 Olympics. It was epic. And she was focusing only on what it was that she could control. And so focusing to that level lets you realize, hey, I have nothing to do with this. I can't pull that lever. I don't have any control over those things. And you can focus on the ones that you do. Action item, let's say an actionable nugget would be when faced with stress, ask, what can I control right now? Only focus energy on those aspects. Everything else is just going to make you run around, oh my God, and that's not going to help, and it's going to just take all the air out of your balloon. So don't deflate yourself. Don't deplete yourself, don't deflate yourself. Make sure that you ask, what can I control right now? And only focus energy on those aspects. Control the controllables. Build some of that emotional resistance. The marbles in the mouth. Build emotional endurance. Yes, I use a lot of alliterations, which doesn't help. Building emotional endurance. So if you want to credit meditation and mindfulness for training and maintaining that composure, that is best seen during the high stakes, when you're looking at world championships, matches, where it's, Super Bowl equivalent type stuff. That is really where you're going to get the meditation that'll keep you calm, cool, and collected, the mindfulness that'll keep you focused and present in the moment, and that'll both together help you maintain the composure during those high stakes. So start a daily, today's action item. The nugget would be start a 10-minute mindfulness practice, just to improve your ability to stay calm under pressure. It could be a trigger, could be an anchor. You could have a little, piece of paper that you write something down. You could have a little toy or something that you play with or you hold. Could be some chapstick that you just touch the cap. Whatever it is, make a trigger. Make an anchor for yourself. Practice a daily 10-minute mindfulness so that you can stay calm while staying present under pressure. And then I want to say, let's lean in. Let's lean into the process. And I think that's important. So let's pause for a sec. Let's get into the chat. If anyone's got a question, a comment, if you want to share, send a little love, we would love that. We'd love to hear your thumbs up, your action items. The all-powerful algorithm loves it as well. It'll boost us up so we can help more people. Get more good stuff out there. Get into that true frequency of abundance for everybody. Now, you've got my contact in the chat. You've got ways to join us at LinkedIn. That's for the free group. Reach out to me if you want to be sponsored, if you want to come on the show, if you want to be spotlighted, if you want to have somebody, whoa, and big up your message to the rest of the world. That's who we'd love to help out and see. So let's lean deep into the process. And we're still talking about mastering resilience. We already covered the power of a winning mindset. Now we're looking at controlling the controllables, building emotional endurance. We're looking at leaning into the process. Kobe Bryant, he was famous as a staunch advocate for loving the grind, not just the glory. Because the glory is like this much of the time. The grind is like all the other time. Just loving the glory is going to leave you smiling very, very rarely. Loving the grind is going to leave you smiling all the time because it's always a grind. So, action nugget, identify one grind. One. Give me one grind task in your life and find a way to enjoy it. You got to do the dishes. You hate doing the dishes. Put on some music. Grab a glass of wine. I don't know. Find a way to enjoy the things that you don't. So, identify one grind task in your life and find a way to enjoy it. Whether it's through gamification, focusing on the growth that it's going to provide and the benefits, feeling the goods, the things of restoration and such. You lean into that process. Now, let's go into... Let's look at focus and discipline. And if you have a comment, pop it into the chat. If you have a comment, a share, if you have a thumbs up or anything else, is awesome. We appreciate it and love you. Thank you. Let's do focus and discipline. So number one, eliminate distractions. Michael Phelps, he trained with single-minded focus. Won more Olympic gold medals than anyone ever in a single Olympics in the history of the Olympics. This guy's practicing in water conditions meant to simulate failure. It's not meant to simulate success. He can do that on his own. He's simulating the hardest case scenario so that there's that expression, you sweat more in training, bleed less in battle. This is that time to simulate failure so that if you can overwhelm and overcome whatever challenges happen in training, the actual event is easy and you get to be very calm and poised. That's part of the composure that you get as a reward for it. And that's the trick. You got to give yourself that composure before you feel it, before you deserve it, before you feel that it's true. This is an act as if. This is not fake it till you make it. That I find is ingenuine. This is act as if. And it's the best way to mimic those success habits and results from others that you want. So, actionable item, the nugget for you would be identify your top distractions, right? Whether it's phone notifications, whatever it is, and eliminate one today. Use tools like time blocking, maximize your focus, literally block some time. And know that if that's the number one distraction, find a workaround around it. So let's say you spend 3 o'clock till 4 o'clock in the afternoon every day doing emails. And you know that if you take any calls or if you get any emails or if you answer any other emails, you won't get through the other 100 emails that you need to get through today. Okay. Set a little out of office every day for that hour so that nobody can bother you. Ways to time block so that you can maximize your focus. Let's look at rituals, because rituals are going to create consistency. And your subconscious loves ceremony, loves rituals, puts a big deal on it. When it puts a big deal on it, that's how new good habits get made. So, rituals create consistency. Usain Bolt, he's a pre-race routine. He's listening to his favorite music. He's eating chicken nuggets. He's doing whatever he needs to do because he's in a special case all his own. If you look at him and his background, and I suggest you watch a cool special about him, he overcame so much. He wasn't meant to be this runner. His body shape is not the same as correct. He's flat-footed. He's got his one hip longer than another, one foot longer than another, which means he always tilts and runs. So he has to overcome so much compared to everybody else. He was repeatedly told, go to basketball. Running's not for you. But he overcame. Building that consistency through rituals. So whether it's favorite music and chicken nuggets like Hussein, I want you to create, your action nugget is an action nugget for a chicken nugget. Too funny. I want you to create a pre-task ritual. So figure out what that looks like to use it. Stretching, motivational playlist, a power pose. A signal to your brain that it's time to focus. Practice this under pressure. It's going to be important that practice doesn't just make perfect, right? It makes prepared. Practice doesn't just make perfect, it makes prepared. Athletes can simulate these high-pressure environments over and over and over again, and they build confidence till it stops being a high-pressure environment for you. The real thing will become simple and easy. And everything is hard until it's not. Everything was once hard before it was easy, always. Every master was once a disaster. So actionable item, your nugget would be take on a small task outside of your comfort zone. Do some daily things that are going to build resilience under pressure. So those small tasks, pick something out of your comfort zone right now and do that on a daily basis. Pop that in. Let me know. Let me see what you can share and where we can grow together on that. If there's anything I could do as an accountability buddy, as somebody to help encourage and make sure that you get that out in the world, let me know. My contact info is in the chat. I'd love to say hi. So here, let's challenge you today a little bit. I want you to identify one current challenge. I want you to choose an elite athlete strategy we just talked about and apply it to it. I want you to track your progress for a week. Here's the hard one. You thought that was hard. Ha! That's just the work. There's an emotional component that's going to come now. I want you to not only track your progress for a week, but share the results with the community. You can create a hashtag like frequency of abundance, hashtag for your listening audience, for people that follow you. You can do it if you want to listen to us and follow us. Go into those places. Know that you sharing that will empower someone else. We'll give them the strength that they're like, I didn't think this was a thing, but it is. Every little step, every consistent small item, share and track those small wins. That tide will raise all boats. So get in the water. Come have some fun and swim with us. Now, I'll leave you with some inspiration. You know, your key reminder is that greatness isn't, it's not reserved for the elites and athletes. It's a choice. It's a mindset. It's a commitment to growth. That curiosity, that openness, that's huge. You know, those hard days are the best because that's when your champions are made. It's not on the easy days. That doesn't make sense. So think about your next challenge. What step will you take today to turn it into an opportunity for greatness? What's your next challenge? You know, there's some that'll come that you don't know. That's life. It's busy. Well, you're busy making other plans. That's what happens, life. But pretend you know your next challenge, at least the ones that you do know, and that, remember, control the controllable. Grab one that you can control. Think about your next challenge. What step will you take today to turn it into an opportunity for greatness? I love that. I'm really hoping that you take permission. You give yourself permission and let yourself go. I invite you to see what that looks like. And then be brave, be bold. I invite you to share with us. Let us know so that we know and we get encouraged and we feel like we can step up too. And then share it with your community. And then share it with your audience. And then share it with your clients. Share it with your family and friends. Share it with those that you have relationships with. That's how the tide raises all boats. So in that context, if I can help you in any way, shape, or form, big up your message and broad it out to the universe. If you're looking for incredible events, private communities, whatever it is that impacts your brand, you're at the brand level, congratulations. Let's get visibility, let's get credibility, let's get the proper, wider target audience looking at you. That's coming to me for Allure. Coming to me to get on this stage here at the Frequency of Abundance where we're doing daily talks. Reach out, say hi. We'd love to see you. We'd love to say hi. We'd love to put you on here and spotlight you and showcase you and give you a chance to reach back out into the universe. Know that we're here 7 days a week, Monday to Friday. That's 10 a.m. Eastern. On the weekends, I'll let you sleep in a little bit. Pop in at 1 in the afternoon. Bring a friend. See who we can help, see who we can give some extra love and encouragement to. I will let you get back to your day. I will see you tomorrow. Let me tell you, this week is so exciting. We're in season 2 of the Frequency of Abundance, and we are in the next year, and we are moving and grooving, getting through winter, let me tell you. So now, in the beginning, in the heart of January, we just went through overcoming challenges, lessons from elite athletes. And that's our Triumphant Tuesdays. Let's go Winning Wednesdays. Tomorrow, the role of accountability in personal growth. Transformational Thursdays, we got transformational tools for lasting change. Fearless Friday coming up. We got navigating the intersection of time and energy. And that is an incredible transaction. So that is something to look forward to. On the weekend, you got your Successful Saturday, the power of visualization in achieving your success. And Soaring Sunday is going to bring you to mindfulness practices for daily life. So I will see you tomorrow. I look forward to saying hi. I look forward to jumping in on a Winning Wednesday, talking about the role of accountability in personal growth, and seeing if that helps bring some light to you personally, to you professionally, to the people in your life. I'm 𝗷𝗏𝗄𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗧. Blessings. We'll talk soon.